This is the first session on health research methodology. I will briefly describe the steps of research and then I will discuss the detail of each step. So looking at the list of steps. So number one is to identify the problem. There may be many problems in your community and you have to prioritize the problem that you may want to address in your research. After you have identified the research problem, you have to look what information is already available on your topic by literature review. Literature review gives you a direction where you want to lead your research, what area you should explore on that topic, and it helps you making some objectives for your research. After making your objectives, you have to design your research materials and methods, how you will achieve your objectives. And then you have to implement your project by making your plans and estimating your resources and then implementing the project. Finally, you get the results and you may then disseminate them. Now we will discuss the detail of step 1, which is your topic selection. As I have already discussed, there may be many problems in your community, but you have to identify the priority problem that you should address in your research. There can be few criteria of how your topic should be like. First thing is that it should be a specific topic. For example, I may be thinking to study COVID-19 related issues. Now, this is a very broad. COVID-19 related issues is a whole range of topics, and I have to make it specific. I will have to select one area of COVID-19, and here I have decided to study about COVID-19 vaccination. Even you see, this COVID-19 vaccination may have many topics in it. Side effects of COVID-19 vaccine, or it may be utilization of COVID-19 vaccine. And so this is again a broad topic, and I have to make it more specific. So focusing it down further, I have selected the myths about COVID-19 vaccine. This is the topic for my research. And I will make a research question on this topic that is finalized. The question can be in the form of what is the prevalence of myths about COVID-19 vaccines in our community. Choose another topic now, starting from a broad area of adolescent health related issues, how I can make it specific. Adolescent health is a broad one, making it specific. So I have chosen one area of adolescent health. There is mental health, making it more specific. So I now want to study the impact of an intervention that is life skills education on adolescent mental health. This is my final topic, and I will make a research question which can be, does life skills education have positive impact on adolescent mental health? Now I will do some literature search on my topic that I have decided. Literature search is basically searching for the published articles in journals and any other published information that can help me to know what information is already available on my topic. Has this topic been already studied by many researchers, and if it has been researched many times, then there is no use in repeating the same topic. However, if it has not been studied in my city or in my institute in the last 5 years, then I can study this topic in my institute. What databases I can search for published articles. This is a list of research databases where you can find published articles and journals for searching your desired information. Medline or PubMed is the most commonly used database, and ParkMedinet is for research articles related to Pakistani journals. Here you can see the word of grey literature. What is that? Grey literature are the research findings not presented by commercial publishers or research journals, including the researches by government organizations, the research institutes, think tanks, businesses, or academics. And their research findings may be in different forms, such as reports, theses, clinical trials, clinical practice guidelines, or conference proceedings. Now, grey literature is not available in major bibliographic databases, but wherever found, it can be consulted for. What you do from this available literature findings, you check for the gaps in available literature, which topics need to be explored more that are not studied by researchers. And by seeing the published articles, you can have an idea of how the researchers design their studies and what variables do they study related to your topic. And it gives you ideas for your research. This way you can refine your research question, or sometimes you may change your research topic or to a more useful one. What is the criteria of a good research question? Now, there are a few things to keep in mind. One is that it should fulfill finer criteria and it should pass the so what test. Now, what is finer criteria? It means your study should be feasible. That is, if you choose a topic, you can easily conduct it. It's interesting, it's novel, it's ethical, and it's relevant. Here is an example. I'm going to study parents' opinions about life skills education in schools. Now, does this topic fulfill the finer criteria? Is it feasible? Yes. I can take data easily from parents from our social circle. Is it interesting? Yes. Many people find it interesting. Is it novel? Yes. It has not been researched many times. Is it ethical? Yes. Is it relevant? Yes, it's a relevant issue given the high population rate of young people in Pakistan. And how I know that this is a novel topic and not researched by researchers many times, because I did the literature review. So you see how literature review helps you in knowing that if your topic or your question fulfills this criteria. Going forward to another example. Here now I want to study the prevalence of TB in Islamabad. Is this a feasible topic? No. It's not feasible for individual researchers to conduct large-scale survey of Islamabad. Is it interesting? Yes, maybe for some people. Is it novel? No. We already have conducted such studies at large scale level, not individually maybe, but the health organizations, health agencies have already conducted such surveys to know the prevalence or magnitude of burden of TB in Pakistan and in different countries of Pakistan. Is it ethical? Yes. No ethical issues. Is it relevant? Not really, because there are more important issues in Islamabad to be focused for research. Now, what is the SOVA test? It's basically that the researcher should be able to justify the significance of research question and should be able to answer any question that asks so what about the importance of study till end. If you want to make an impact through your research, you have to choose a topic that fulfills these criteria that I have discussed. And in addition to these two, you should keep in mind a few things. Number one, do you think that your study fills a gap in existing knowledge and will lead to better understanding of the phenomena that you are studying? Number two, is the timing for this question to be answered right because it is a hot topic and not becoming obsolete? Number three, do you think that the funding sources will be interested in giving you fund for research? Number four, if you are proposing a new idea to be implemented, your target community should also be interested. Number five, your study will have a significant impact on your field. And number six, you should be able to identify some group that will benefit from your research. If you can answer these questions, then you can be confident that your study will make an impact. Now, I'm sure it will be easier for you to decide a topic. Get ideas from your interests, your personal experience, your patient's experience, your discussions with experts, and any ideas may come in your professional meetings. Go through the literature, and sometimes you get ideas from published articles, and you may even get ideas from the announcements by NGOs for when they are announcing their funding for research projects. You can get ideas of what kind of topics are funded by NGOs, and even our NIH website can help you in getting ideas. Now, after you have selected your research topic, you make your statements of research question, your research objective, and hypothesis if there is any. Uh, your research question is simply your research topic in the form of a question, and the statement should reflect the purpose and the objective or hypothesis of the study. If your study involves some intervention or that is experiment, you should use PICO criteria. PICO means number one, population, I for intervention, C is for comparison, and O is for outcome. Population is the population in which you are applying your intervention or experiment. Comparison is the control group on which you are applying no intervention. That is, you are giving them placebo or some other conventional treatment. Outcome is the result of your intervention or experiment. For example, in COVID-19 patients in home isolation, does the use of ivermectin in combination with azithromycin result in early recovery as compared to treatment with azithromycin alone? Here our population is COVID-19 patients in home isolation. Intervention we are going to study is azithromycin combined with ivermectin, and comparison group is being given only azithromycin, and outcome is early recovery. So here we are using PICO criteria for an interventional study.